Welcome to episode 242 of OTD, your daily dose of soccer history by 17 Lost Guy. It's June 30, 2006, Berlin, Olympiastadion, Germany against Argentina, World Cup quarterfinal, 1-1 after extra time, so penalty shootout, and Jens Lehmann has a piece of paper tucked into his sock. Not a motivational quote, not a superstition, but a list of Argentina's penalty tendencies, where they usually shoot, how they approach the ball, what the goalkeeper should expect. Lehmann reads it between kicks, then saves from Roberto Ayala and from Ayala and Cambiasso. So Germany win the shootout 4-2. But the match doesn't end cleanly. There's a brawl, punches, kicks, players and staff in the center circle, and Leandro Cufré, an unused Argentina substitute, becomes the first player in World Cup history to receive a red card after the match has already been completed. This is Lehmann's list, and a World Cup rivalry that refuses to end politely. But how did we get here? Start with the rivalry. Germany and Argentina are not neighbors. They don't share a border or colonial wound in the same way other rivalries do. But in the World Cup, they become unavoidable. From the mid-1970s into the early 90s, both countries live near the center of the game. West Germany are the Mannschaft machine, European champions in 72, world champions in 74, Euro finalists in 76, World Cup finalists in 82, World Cup finalists again in 86, European Championship semi-finalists in 88, and world champions in 90. Argentina are different. Less machine, more lightning. World champions in 78 under Menotti. Then Maradona. 86, Argentina 3, West Germany 2 in the World Cup final in Mexico City. Maradona doesn't score, but he makes the pass to Boruchaga for the winner. 1990, the rematch in Rome. West Germany 1, Argentina 0. Andreas Brehme penalty. Maradona crying. Argentina with 9 men by the end. And Germany's last World Cup match as West Germany. So by 2006, this fixture already has a finals memory. Twice. But Germany after reunification are complicated. They win Euro 96, but then Euro 2000 and Euro 2004 expose a tired system. The 2002 World Cup final is a surprise run powered by Oliver Kahn, Michael Ballack, and German stubbornness more than beauty. Then comes Jürgen Klinsmann with Joachim Löw beside him. More energy, more pressing, more speed, more youth, and more risk. Germany, hosting the 2006 World Cup, start to feel young again. Lehmann, not Kahn, is the goalkeeper. That choice itself is dramatic. Kahn had been the hero of 2002. Lehmann has taken the shirt. The rivalry between them is real. Argentina arrive in their post-Maradona, pre-Messi hinge. Jose Pekerman has a gorgeous squad. Juan Roman Riquelme, Hernan Crespo, Javier Saviola, Carlos Tevez, Javier Mascherano, Roberto Ayala, Juan Pablo Sorin, Maxi Rodriguez, Esteban Cambiasso, Pablo Aimar, and a 19-year-old Lionel Messi. This is one of Argentina's most elegant teams. They beat Ivory Coast 2-1. They destroy Serbia and Montenegro 6-0, with Cambiasso finishing one of the great team goals in World Cup history. They draw with the Netherlands. They then beat Mexico 2-1 after extra time, thanks to Maxi Rodriguez's left-footed thunderbolt. Germany beat Costa Rica 4-2, Poland 1-0, Ecuador 3-0, then Sweden 2-0. So Berlin gets exactly what it deserves. A quarterfinal that feels like a final. The first half is tense. Not poor, just heavy. Riquelme tries to conduct. Germany press. Ballack pushes. Klose works. Frings is everywhere. Nobody fully opens the door. Then, 4 minutes after halftime, Riquelme corner. Roberto Ayala rises. Header. Argentina 1. Germany 0. Now Argentina look in control. Then the key sequence. Roberto Abbondanzieri, Argentina's goalkeeper, collides with Miroslav Klose. He tries to continue but can't. Leonardo Franco replaces him. Then Pekerman withdraws Riquelme for Cambiasso. Then Crespo for Julio Cruz. The logic is understandable. Protect the lead, add legs, and survive. But the effect is dangerous. Argentina lose their conductor, and Messi stays on the bench. So does Aimar. Germany push. In the 80th minute, Ballack sends the ball in. Timborowski helps it across, and Miroslav Klose heads Germany level. Of course it's Klose. 1-1. Extra time brings fatigue, tension, and no winner. So now penalties. And before the shootout, one of the great images of German football psychology appears. Oliver Kahn walks over to Jens Lehmann, the old rival, the displaced number 1. He shakes Lehmann's hand. The stadium sees it on the screens. Germany feel unity. Then Lehmann begins consulting the list. The note had been prepared by the German staff, with goalkeeping coach Andreas Köpke central to the penalty research. It didn't contain magic, but it contained tendencies. But in a shootout, tendencies can feel like prophecy. Oliver Neuville scores for Germany. Julio Cruz scores for Argentina. Michael Ballack scores. Up steps Ayala. Lehmann reads. Ayala shoots. Lehmann saves. Lukas Podolski scores. 3-1 Germany now. Maxi Rodriguez scores. 3-2. Tim Borowski scores, then puts his finger to his lips toward the Argentine players. 4-2. Now Cambiasso has to score. Lehmann reads again. Cambiasso shoots. Lehmann saves. The match has finished. The tie is broken. Germany win on penalties. The stadium explodes. But then comes the brawl. Players and staff converge. Argentina are furious. Germans are celebrating. There are claims of insults during the shootout. There are shoves, punches, kicks. Klinsmann is in the middle trying to separate bodies. Pierre Mertesacker goes down. Referee Lubos Michel shows the red card to Leandro Cufré. Cufré hadn't played a minute, but he is sent off after the match for his role in the melee. It's the first post-match red card in World Cup history. But so what? Germany move on. They reach the semi-final against Italy, but the brawl follows them. Thorsten Frings is later suspended after television footage shows his role in the fighting. That matters because Frings has been one of Germany's best players in the tournament. Against Italy in Dortmund, Germany lose 2-0 after extra time. Grosso, Del Piero, and Italy go to the final and win the World Cup. Germany beat Portugal for third place, and the country still remembers 2006 as the Sommermärchen, the summer fairy tale. They didn't win the trophy, but they rediscovered themselves. And in 2014, Germany meet Argentina again in a World Cup final for the third time, this time in Rio. Götze in extra time. Germany won, Argentina 0. Another German win in the rivalry. Argentina's 2006 sky is different. This was the team many Argentines loved, not just respected. Loved. Pekerman resigns afterwards. Messi's World Cup story begins with him on the bench during the decisive defeat. Riquelme never gets the global tournament ending his talent deserved. Cambiasso, scorer of one of the great goals of the tournament, becomes remembered for the saved penalty. But Argentina's arc doesn't end there, of course. Messi carries the burden for years. Final losses in 2014, 15 and 16. Then Copa America 2021, Finalissima 2022, and World Cup 2022. Argentina's return to the top. Lehmann's list changed the way shootouts are imagined. It didn't change the laws. There is no Lehmann rule. Goalkeepers were allowed to use notes. Penalty analysis was allowed. Germany simply made the invisible visible. After 2006, the idea of the goalkeeper with data becomes part of the shootout theater. Today, nobody is shocked if keepers have notes on bottles, towels, socks, paper, wristbands, or in their memory. Lehmann's list didn't invent preparation, but it gave preparation an image. And the post-match red card matters because it shows that a match doesn't legally end when the final whistle feels emotionally over. Discipline continues. The referee still has authority. The tournament still has video. FIFA can still punish. Cufré is later fined and suspended. Maxi Rodriguez is punished for the melee too. Frings misses the semi-final. The match becomes not just a German victory, but a disciplinary file. Post-match red cards remain rare in World Cup history. The obvious later cousin is 2022, Argentina against the Netherlands, the Battle of Lusail, when Denzel Dumfries is sent off after a chaotic shootout and a card storm. But in 2006, Cufré is the first. And that fits the match, because Germany-Argentina in Berlin is not only about penalties, it's about control. Lehmann controlling information, Germany controlling nerves, Argentina losing Riquelme, and eventually losing their emotional balance. Before we go, 3 things to take away from June 30, 2006. First, Germany-Argentina was a rivalry match with final-level memory, 1986, 90 and now 2006, 3 World Cup knockout chapters shaped by Maradona, Brehme, Lehmann and penalty pressure. Second, Lehmann's list mattered because it turned preparation into mythology. It was only a piece of paper, but in the moment it looked like secret knowledge. Third, the brawl changed the afterlife of the match. Germany advanced, Argentina went home, and Leandro Cufré's red card reminded everyone that World Cup discipline doesn't stop at the whistle. On this day in 2006, Germany beat Argentina on penalties in Berlin. Jens Lehmann read from the list in his sock, and the first post-match red card in World Cup history turned a quarterfinal into one of the strangest disciplinary stories the tournament has ever seen. That is all for episode 242 of OTD, your daily dose of soccer history by 17 Laws Guy. If you like this story, help me push the show in front of more people by rating it 5 stars and sharing it with your friends. It will help the algorithm push it in front of more people. And if you have an idea for the show, email me at otd@17lawsguy.com. Tomorrow, we go to July 1st, 1990, Naples, England against Cameroon, and the end of the indomitable Lions' impossible World Cup run. See you then.